Good morning, traders. This is my morning video. We're just going to do a quick rundown of what's going on in the markets. So far this morning, Russell's leading the way to the upside. We are breaking out a weekly uh, value, potentially putting in price discovery to the upside above our 50-day moving average. So that is the strongest one so far this morning. Of your three major indices, the weakest is your Dow. You're not even to the 50 SMA yet. Okay. So we have been hovering all night long on the NQs, trying to bust higher on the 50 SMA. I think this thing is getting prone for a pop today, and the same thing happened on the S&Ps as well. Actually, it's actually running a little bit tighter on the S&Ps because you notice how we almost touched it yesterday. We were a little bit further away from that 50 SMA yesterday morning on the Nasdaq. So keep that in mind as well. So that's a few things going on here uh, as as far as broad indices. It's looking bullish this morning initially here, and looks like we are going to be crossing above these 50 SMAs early on this in the session, in my opinion. Okay, action happening in the markets on the bullish side. Link really doing well this morning. Okay. And so basically, Blink had earnings last night. Just really having a nice little pop off those earnings. As you can see here, this was weekly value. We came into this week. This is our weekly value. We're trading way up here on Blink right now. So very bullish on Blink, and it's just taking off right now. Looks like we're going to be, and this is weekly pivots. And so we are into the R3 area right here, right now to start our session on Blink. So very bullish scenario for Blink. J&J announced this morning they're going to have a company. They're breaking the company in two companies. I kind of have been expecting this to happen before the markets finally topped out, as the consumer staples have dramatically lagged the rest of the markets, and the one of the fundamental ways towards the end of a market cycle is for the consumer staples to break themselves up to force value into their industry. Okay, and J&J seems to be one of the first ones for consumer staples to do that. So keep this one on watch here. It is up, marking up 2.72% on the news of the breakup, but you have to be careful trading this right here. You're just barely over an R1 right here, right now on the weekly. You know, you would think this would hold given the relative news of the breakup. It's, you know, they're just trying to create value in the company. It's not fundamentally anything different for the company other than just trying to create value. Okay. In the same tone, because we got that going on, GE announced earlier they were doing the breakup. So I have this one on watch for a possible runner today, in my opinion, on that. You see what they did earlier this week on that news. So this is a sympathy play with the J&J thing that I'm looking at. That's what isn't actually on my list here. So I'm just going to go with the first five top ones, first five low bottom ones here, guys. So CHPT, I don't know what it is. So was that an earnings play? Let me see if I can see here. Can't tell. So this one here is running this morning. I'm not going to go into any details about it. Lee Automotive catching a bid. So these automotive stocks all seem to be good. Remember, we did have a motor, one of the motor companies. It starts with the M. That really blew out earnings last night, and they were up 20 some % this morning. It's a low. It doesn't fit my scans because it's a low volume. Lordstream Motors or something like that. It's up 20 some % this morning, but the volumes are so low it doesn't hit my scan. So you have to have uh, so the volumes are I don't get those things. And then coin continues to catch a bid here. So these bitcoins continue to catch some value. We are inside a weekly value from last week, so it's not nothing overly to take away from that. These autos, like I said, all looking nice this morning. Neo, you are above your pivot, your volume point of control. We did have earnings Thursday, I think, and so it's catching a little bit of bid, responsive bid early this morning. And Disney's on the upside after getting decimated yesterday, so we are slightly up on Disney after that decimation off of earnings yesterday. Now on the bearish side, real quick, bum, 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 AstraZeneca just reported earnings, got decimated on those earnings results. It just hit just a little while ago on AstraZeneca. MT, don't know what it is. I'll put it up here real quick. Never heard of it. Lucid, it's down. Doesn't look too bad in my opinion, but it is down right here. So keep this one on watch. Looks like some profit taking to me on this Lucid here. Laser, not sure what that one is either. Occidental's down, crude's down this morning on anticipation that they are going to release some of the strategic reserves, and there's some fears tonight that or today that they're going to release some of those and crude. The near-term prices for crude are going to come in a little bit, so some of these energy stocks are getting hit. And Nvidia is down slightly today, so keep this one on watch. So it's not that bad, but it is down slightly here. So keep this one on watch. Nvidia. We are trying to do price discovery to the upside. So this is not the area that you accumulate. So I'm looking for the 306 area to go long if we get above 306. But right now it is trading quite a bit weak here on Nvidia. It's an extremely expensive stock, but we do have earnings next week on Nvidia. Alibaba, we had Singles Day yesterday. Really good numbers out of it. We are coming down to the 50 SMA and testing it right now on the 1 hour. So this could be a bounce point, but we did have a very good Singles Day yesterday from all accounts. Okay. Then we want to go and look at ZN and our bonds. We are the bond markets were closed yesterday, so we had some sell side action. We just couldn't get anybody to come in there and bid up the prices. So initially here, the bonds are catching a bid. So that is negative. That could be negative for IWM. The bonds catching an initial bid here. And we came down. I had mentioned that yesterday. We were coming down to S1 support on the daily pivots. I don't have that on my chart, my daily pivots. But we did come down to S1 support yesterday, and we tagged it. And from that moment on, we've been rallying higher on these bonds. So basically, what we were coming into today's session was yesterday is a very strong inflation theme. Okay, and so now I think the inflation theme is going to come out. We're going to see rotation back in tech and some of the other areas of the market, industrials, today, as the inflation theme does seem to be reverting a little bit on a Friday. And this has happened on many, many weeks. If you guys have not paying attention, the inflation theme goes up on Thursday, and then Friday we come in and we do the absolute opposite. This has happened 4 or 5 times now, and I think that's the exact same thing that's going to happen today. Okay, and like yesterday, FCX was the big mover, and we're getting a little bit of profit taking here on FCX initially here this morning. And another one yesterday it was really moving was Baba. Baba is the one I was watching yesterday. Okay, so that's a few things I'm looking at right here. And so anybody in the room want to chime in? I can sit here and let everybody participate now. Boom. There you go. So Lloyd, you can chime in anything that I didn't cover here real quick. Lloyd, you there? Okay. Okay, that's a quick rundown. Kept it under 10 minutes. That's what I really wanted to do, so I am finishing it here.